For months, there was an eerie silence from the edge of the cosmos. Voyager 1, the most distant human-made object in history, drifted alone through the abyss of space, sending back data that made no sense. The transmission was corrupted, filled with gibberish, as though the spacecraft had slipped into a realm beyond our understanding. After 45 years of incredible exploration and scientific discovery, it seemed that Voyager 1's mission had finally ended. Scientists were preparing to say goodbye to this historic probe. But suddenly, something impossible happened. The signal returned, coherent and clear, and what it revealed has left experts utterly stunned. The moment the coherent signal came through, scientists knew something extraordinary was happening. This wasn't just a repaired connection. It was something else entirely. The data Voyager 1 sent back didn't just resume, it changed. And it didn't make sense. Among those interpreting the signal was a Nobel Prize-winning physicist who issued a dire and cryptic warning. "This changes everything," he said. "We may be looking at something that shouldn't exist." These words sent ripples through the scientific community. What exactly did Voyager 1 find in the far reaches of interstellar space? Could this be the key to unlocking the greatest cosmic mystery? This moment in scientific history is unlike any other. What Voyager 1 discovered might not just redefine our understanding of space, it could reshape how we see existence itself. The story begins back in 1977 when Voyager 1 was launched from Earth. It was designed to last only a few years, perhaps a decade at most. Instead, the spacecraft endured, surviving over 4 decades in the harshest environment known: deep space. It traveled past Jupiter and Saturn, gathering incredible data, and was then flung outward by gravity, continuing its journey far beyond the planets into the vast unknown expanse of the universe. Voyager 1's success wasn't just the result of clever engineering. It was also due to a rare and extraordinary cosmic alignment, a planetary arrangement that occurs only once every 176 years. This alignment allowed NASA's engineers to slingshot the probe from one planet to another using gravitational assists. Each flyby gave the spacecraft a boost, conserving energy while accelerating it farther and faster than previously thought possible. Scientists dubbed this plan the Grand Tour, and it was a tremendous success. Thanks to this alignment, Voyager 1 is now over 14 billion miles from Earth, in a place no human signal had reached, until it responded. The return signal from Voyager 1 has become a mystery that defies explanation. After months of unreadable data, the spacecraft suddenly began transmitting clear information again. However, what it sent back was far from ordinary. It was bizarre and scientifically implausible. Researchers found strange plasma fluctuations, unexpected shifts in magnetic fields, and a dramatic surge in particle density. These weren't ordinary interstellar phenomena. In fact, the patterns didn't align with anything previously recorded. One physicist commented, "It's like Voyager 1 is no longer just outside the solar system, it's outside something else entirely." The orientation of cosmic rays and magnetic lines were all misaligned. Every reading Voyager 1 returned appeared to challenge existing models of space. The data implied that the spacecraft had crossed into a region where known physical laws didn't apply. When Voyager passed the heliopause, the outer boundary of the Sun's influence, scientists expected it to enter quiet, empty interstellar space. Instead, it entered chaos. Voyager detected turbulence, plasma waves, and particle storms with no discernible source. To make matters worse, it exhibited slight, inexplicable drifts in its position. These weren't caused by stars or asteroids. It was as if invisible forces were pulling or pushing it, forces that current scientific instruments couldn't detect or explain. Some scientists now believe that Voyager has entered a transitional space, a liminal zone where familiar physics may no longer apply. This place might be a kind of boundary between the universe we know and a larger unknown. For years, the broader scientific community remained cautious, choosing to collect more data before jumping to conclusions. But the evidence kept growing. Then came an alarming statement from a Nobel Prize-winning physicist. Voyager 1 is detecting patterns that defy our understanding of the universe. He hesitated to call it another dimension, but many now speculate that the probe might be near, or inside, an entirely new realm. Could Voyager 1 have reached the edge of a multiverse? Is it skimming the border of a simulated reality, or brushing against the fringe of some vast cosmic structure beyond our imagination? The questions are piling up. Among the latest mysteries is a rhythmic fluctuation, a pulse that Voyager recorded while passing through a specific region of space. This wasn't just background radiation. It was organized, structured, and repeating, something that natural stellar activity typically doesn't produce. At first, it was thought to be interference or instrument error, but the consistency of the signal ruled that out. No known stellar phenomena could explain it. The pulse, though mysterious, began to reveal even stranger behavior. Researchers noticed that it increased in strength slightly every time Voyager transmitted a burst of data. This suggested a possibility too eerie to ignore. Something might be listening and responding. One engineer who was visualizing the data in three-dimensional models noticed something astonishing. The changes in the magnetic field weren't random. They created a spiral structure, symmetrical, repeating, and too perfect to be chance. Some scientists believe the spiral might be a gravitational lattice or even a cosmic grid, pointing to an artificial structure beyond the edge of our known universe. This idea, that Voyager may have first entered or passed through an artificial structure, has no precedent in astrophysics. Yet the spacecraft flew directly into this unknown pattern. What's more disturbing is how Voyager's own systems began to behave. They're not just deteriorating with age, they're acting strangely. Its orientation sensors now report conflicting positions, almost as if Voyager exists in more than one place at once. More astonishing, its radio transmissions have started to vary slightly in speed. That shouldn't happen. Some researchers are beginning to theorize that Voyager has entered a region where space and time themselves behave differently. This isn't a matter of faulty instruments anymore. These anomalies are too consistent, too measurable, and too specific to be dismissed. The concept of variable dimensional space, once confined to mathematical theory and blackboard debates, may now be a physical reality. Voyager is not just exploring interstellar space. It might be floating inside an area where space is layered, twisted, or folded in ways we can barely begin to comprehend. It's as if the probe has become the first object in human history to cross into a place where the universe doesn't behave like our own, a place with different laws of reality altogether. Originally, Voyager 1 was never designed to leave the solar system. Its mission was modest: observe Jupiter and Saturn, gather data, then drift quietly into space. Yet it has done far more. Now, more than 4 decades after its launch, Voyager is making discoveries that may redefine our entire understanding of reality. What started as a planetary flyby mission has evolved into a deep space expedition that may be mapping the architecture of existence. Ironically, the probe that carries a golden record, a message from humanity to the cosmos, may now be receiving a message in return. But this message is wrapped in mystery. Voyager 1's journey is a testament to human curiosity, engineering, and perseverance. Built with 1970s technology and less computing power than a modern wristwatch, it has far exceeded expectations. It was aimed at planets we believed we understood. But now, after 45 years, Voyager is challenging everything we know. It has detected a pulse that acts like a signal, a shape hidden in magnetic data, and subtle signs that suggest multiple layers of reality. Its path no longer looks like a simple escape from the solar system. Instead, it appears to be an encounter, an interaction with something ancient and possibly intelligent. And this brings us to the final, most unsettling question. Has Voyager 1 reached the edge of reality, or has it discovered something on the other side of it? The spacecraft once meant to serve as our ambassador to the stars may have found that the cosmos is far stranger than we ever imagined. Is Voyager still exploring space, or is it showing us that the space we thought we understood has already ended? Let us know what you think. Has Voyager entered a new dimension? Or are we seeing the first signs that humanity was never truly alone in the universe?